Hi, today I'd like to show you how to search for census records in Family Search. I'm going to start with a great-grandmother of mine, Martha Jane Skaggs. When you're in here, you can go over here to the sources on a person, and I have hers all in chronological order. So if I wanted to see her in the 1900 census, I can just click here, and then it gives me the index version of it, and then I can also click over here and actually see the census. It will come up here in a minute. And since we can't see it real well, you can just zoom in or do Control plus until I can read it. And then I will look. I believe there she is, Martha Jane Watts, and this gives me the 1900 census. And then I can just delete out of that, and you can X out of that. So any of these census records, any record that I wanted to see, this is how you can find if the records have already been, the sources have been attached to that person. Now if they have not been attached, let's go back here to details. Since hers have all been attached, we can just go to, we're not going to find anything new, but you just go to Family Search, and it will pull up records here. And here's Martha Jane Skaggs, 1860. It tells me it was in Morgan, Indiana, and that the people listed on the census was Thomas, Mary, Eliza, John, and Mary, and I happen to know that is her family right there. So you can go through this and look for other records. Here's 1870. Here she is with Thomas. Now the 1870 doesn't tell you where other than the state. It does not, like on the 1860, it tells me it was in Green Township, Morgan, Indiana. So if you needed to know, if you were looking and thinking, well, that might be the person, then you can click here. And it still doesn't give it, and you have to actually click on the image of the census. And then up here it says Martin Township, Crawford, the county of Crawford, in the post office of Oblong. So I know that that is correct. And I should say Illinois. There it is, Illinois right there. Okay. That is the fastest way if you're just trying to look at the records that already exist for your family, or how to search for them in Family Search. But let's say nothing comes up and nothing matches, you really can't find them there. There are a few other ways. So I'm going to go, this is just coming to the opening part of when I click on Family Search, this is what comes up. You would go over here to Search. Click on that, and it's going to come up with these. You click records or just search. And then here it says a collection title. So I would put in United States, and then the scroll bar comes up. You come down a little ways and you'll notice here 1790, 1800, 1810. Okay, and I'm going to go down here to the 1940 census. And then it comes up here, and I happen to know that my grandmother, her name was Martha, the one we were looking at. She'd been married a second time to a Rhodes. And I would, if you can, put in more things that you know. If you don't know anything, you can just search from there. But you can put in the sex, that she's female, white, marital status. I think she was a widow. But I know she was living in Nevada. So I'm going to do a search that way. And there she comes, Martha J. Rhodes. And she was living in Paradise Valley in Nevada. And that's her daughter right there, Viola, married to Isaac Kephart. Okay, let me go back another step. Okay, so instead of let's say I want to just look at the 1940 census. So I can actually browse those. This is like using a microfilm, but speeded up a little. So let's say Nevada. And she was in Humboldt County. And Paradise Valley. See, there's two. There's the CC camp, but it would probably be this one. And look there. And I have 14 records to look through. So I can go through and actually look at the town. I don't know which page she was on, but you would go page by page, and this is kind of like looking at the films. And instead of scrolling, you're going to click. And we can go from page to page. Now, of course, if you've got 100 pages, it will take you a lot longer. So the other would work much better. Okay, now I want to go and let's do search, but let's go to the catalog. Okay. Actually, I want to show one more thing here. Let's go back. And instead of using this collection down here for the United States, you can actually come up here to the map and it will ask you which state. And so, again, we could go to Nevada. And it puts you back to where I just showed you. And we can put in the person's name. Or then it gives us collections, the different collections in Nevada. And here's the census right here. Okay, so let's go back here to the catalog. Let's put in, you start with United States, the largest. And then I put in Nevada. And then click right here on Nevada. And I'll say search. And it gives me all this information about Nevada. And so here's the 1940 census. Population. And when you see this red, that means that it is available online. So I can click here. And again, I can put in my grandmother's name. Or I can browse the records. Let's go to Browse. And again, it puts us to the states, which we would go to Nevada, Humboldt, Paradise Valley. So we've been through this. Those are the basic ways to search for census records using Family Search. Thank you for watching.